And what is up, YouTube? This is Space Captain again with another battle report of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Skirmish. Today we have the fourth battle of the High Elves versus the Undead. We have the story ending with the party of Yandriil. Basically, her search party was able to recover the corpse, but not the Helm of Authority, which was the crown that was on the Anointed's head, who had previously been slain. And basically, the Ghoul King now actually has the crown, and he's using that as his crown currently instead of his bone crown. He's probably getting another bone crown made, and this is just a in between thing to mock me. But okay, so with that being said, it leaves off with basically us recovering the corpse and basically driving Vash out of his lair. Basically, we almost got him, but he was able to get away. And then, in pursuit, probably not the same day, or maybe even the same day. Who knows? Maybe I just had maybe they just had a couple more sword masters just laying around, but probably, who knows. Anyway, so they wind up meeting Vash. They have him with his back basically up against a wall in a mountain, or with a mountainside. So his back is up against that. He's in a broken down region of the city that he flees to. And basically, this is his last stand. He's trying not to die, and we are definitely trying to kill him. So, yeah. We rolled, and we got Treasure Hunt. Then we were like, wow, I really don't want to do Treasure Hunt again. And then we rolled, and we got Clash at Dawn, and we're like, wow, we really don't want to do Clash at Dawn again. So that kind of gave us a little bit of a problem, because we sort of have gotten a little bit bored with the game types for Age of Sigmar. Or Skirmish. We just think, since we've played probably about 30 games now, maybe even more, it might be time to either add our own flair, or for Games Workshop to maybe add some more depth to this game instead of, keeping it as a sub-game. Because it is very cool, it is very interesting, and I do appreciate it, for sure. I really enjoy playing it, but it can get kind of lackluster after the setup has only like 6 options, and usually it's only 3 of the options that you choose, and I don't know. So we were trying to branch out, and we wound up finding King of the Hill from the regular Age of Sigmar battle book. So we decided that we would have some Righteous Avengers and basically the Doomed Defenders, which is Vash. So me, as the Righteous Avengers, get to set up. So here's an overview of the map. In the bottom right is my beefed up High Elf troop. I mean, it's the same as last time. It's funny because, we added points, but we didn't have more models on us at the time, so, we just have a bunch of renown, but we're not using it. So, you can see that you can't see him. It's because his guys are hiding in that building right there in front of me. In the top right, you can see my Swordmaster's gold sheen. But, yeah, he's pretty in there. And a bunch of his Graveguard over here. So now, after seeing that, you can kind of see where everyone is. Most of his forces are in that building where you don't really see anybody. So we go ahead and we roll off for turn 1. He winds up not taking the first turn because he's the Doom Defender. And I wind up taking the first turn, unloading all of my arrows, and I think I only do like 2 wounds. 1 wound. No, 2 wounds, and then he healed it. Alright, so on his turn, he charges in, he gets a bunch of dudes up, and he's trying to wreck face. His one guy who's wounded, he kind of tries to keep him back, just because the next turn he's going to be fully healed anyway, and who knows, maybe he could even block off all my Swordmasters. Really fun stuff. So now you see this battle line. His Karn Wraith and his Ghoul King crash into my Lothern on their left side. And then, with all of the pile-ins and all of the fighting, this is what winds up happening at the end of turn 1. As you can see, there's not very many Lothern left. Actually, at the moment, I think only 2 died. Yeah, so only 2 Lothern died, and I was able to bring in my Reavers from behind and try to do some supporting attacks. With all of the attacks that I got with all of these guys, I think I wound up doing 2 wounds on his general, which is actually pretty cool because, I mean, hey, that Ghoul King is really hard to kill. He has a 5-up save. It might even get better, I think, if it does 1 damage, and then he has his additional roll of a like a 5 or a 6 for a save, and then he may or may not have that final wound save. I think he does. But yeah, stuff is crazy. His Crypt Horror was able to re-roll his missed attacks. The Karn Wraith, I believe, did actually kill a Lothern. And yeah, this is the end of turn 1. So we go ahead and roll off for turn 2. And the Undead chooses the first turn. So, uh-oh for me. Dude Man gets a double turn. And I'm looking pretty shaky right now. As you can see, all of those Graveguard are coming up. And his Crypt Horror, who was there with 1 wound left, winds up healing his 1 wound. Runs over to the right underneath of that shelter, and he's trying to, split me up. He's trying to divide the forces, cause distractions, and, bring his Graveguard in to really do some work, because they have some distance to travel for sure. But also, his his Ghoul King winds up healing D3 wounds every turn, and he winds up healing all of them back. So he is brand new, despite my efforts. And we're going into combat. So after combat, on turn 2, there really aren't a lot of my guys left. I believe he might have killed like 1 or 2 on his turn, and then on my turn, I decide to bring my Reavers back, the ones that are alive still, and try to use them for shooting, try and get as much distance, cover as much ground as possible, and not give them away too soon. Because just with them being there, they can do something. It's just, just by being there. So, I have my Dragon Noble coming in there. He is attacking the Crypt Horror right there, the champion one, who's right next to his Ghoul King. And he is attacking him over top of that, over a fence, and basically he doesn't do a wound, but his horse winds up doing 2 wounds. And I think total, I wind up doing 3 wounds to him on this turn. Or I may have only done 2 wounds this turn and then done 1 the other turn. But his Ghoul King has 2 wounds again on him, and also my the Crypt Horror closest to my Dragon Noble has 2 wounds on him. So Yeah, that's how many died on my turn. The Reavers died previously. So we go off to roll for turn 3. The Undead chooses the first turn. And as you can see right here, you know what is about to happen. He killed off a lot of the Lothern, and also, basically everything that was in his way is gone now. So why wouldn't he? Don't blame him. Straight shot at my general. This is backed up a little bit, the overview, the shot from last turn. So he winds up healing only 1 wound, and then charges in. Also, he fails a bunch of charges with his Grave Guard. He gets 3 in there, but no. Sorry, a little sneak peek. Anyway, his Karnwraith comes up and charges one of my Reavers. The Reaver actually winds up doing a wound to him on combat. Actually, it's probably the horse. It was actually really funny. We looked back on this match, and most of my riders' wounds dealt were from the horses. They were more skilled than the elves in this. I hope that's not too much foresight or foreshadowing, but yeah, the horses, they were the ones doing the wounds for sure. So, I have the... I think that's the White King up there. He winds up getting 4 wounds dealt to him, as well as the Crypt Horror champion. He has 4 wounds on him now, and the Ghoul King has 5 wounds on him now. So as you can see, from the charge, from the result of combat and everything like that, I'm left with 3 wounds on my mage, which means that they have 2 remaining, and the Ghoul King has 5 wounds left. 1 more, and he is gonna die. And I know that that's about to happen. So, guess what? We go into my turn. I killed him, but here he is. So he returns with 2 wounds, and I'm just kind of like, oh man. Like, I was really, like, that was it, Like, I was really hoping that was gonna punch. But, whatever, I still have a bunch of Sword Masters, I still have my Dragon Noble, and I still have 3 Reavers. So, let's go. Maybe I can do this again, maybe I can pull this off. Roll for turn 4, and the Undead choose the first turn. So, here we are with what the result was of the last combat. And here we are from his turn. So, my mage does die on my turn. He doesn't wind up killing him on his turn, but this is the combat result basically from my turn. I charge him with my Dragon Noble. He gets 3 wounds put on him. The horse kicks the Ghoul King in the teeth and winds up, I think, doing 2 wounds to him because I think he wound up regenerating a wound. The Reaver is charged in with him, but not really doing much because, it's a Reaver. And the Sword Masters are trying their damnedest, but they are not making... hey, the Ghoul King, he's pretty intense. So, here's the end of my turn 4. So that's 5 dead elves and my general. So anything that I roll on a d6, I'm going to lose. And I roll a 1. Wow. So only one of my elves run away scared. Oh my gosh. Alright. So, I am ready for turn 5, and I'm thinking maybe this is looking up, I just took one hell of a butt kicking, but this is turn 5, guys. This is turn 5, and this is where dreams come true. I get the first turn, and I'm like, alright, let's get this done. Let's kill this Ghoul King, let's mop up these Graveguard, and let's secure either a victory or at least, you know, a minor victory. Because King of the Hill, you have to kill literally everyone to get the major victory. Turn 5, at the end of my turn, actually, I think, yeah, this is a shot from the end of the game. So, as you can see, neither of our forces are completely obliterated. Also, as you can see, since turn 2, these guys have just been smooching. Like, they've just been hanging out, having a great time, enjoying the weather, enjoying the fog. It's romantic for them. So they don't wind up killing each other. I think he just winds up like possessing his dreams and giving him nightmares forever or some craziness like that. But I really like this shot, you know, especially since I really like the model of the Wraith. I mean, it looks like it's weightless. Really like it. But this basically is the end of my turn, and this is the end of the game. So yeah. Killed the one Reaver who they were smooching the whole game, and I'm just kind of like, you know, if I lose anyone else, I think, oh yeah, I also rolled a 6 on my Battle Shock, and I think I lost 2 guys. So, you know, I'm about to basically just have my Dragon Noble and a Reaver, and with all that firepower right there, I just decided to, you know, call it quits, be like, hey man, you got me on this one. And he winds up securing a major victory. Just appreciate this. That Ghoul King, I've killed him before, but he keeps on coming back. I have not fully killed him yet. Oh man, it is so crazy that you just do all this work and then he comes right back and then he heals his wounds. Oh man, I did at least 10 wounds to him this game, but c'est la vie. Turn 5, it is a victory for the Undead, for sure. Man, that was such a tooth and nail battle, though. Oh man, this is a battle that I'm going to remember. You know, we're cornering him in the city, about to, like, exact our revenge, and then the dead just fight back, and they, you know, they don't want to die again. They're already dead. They don't want to, they're here for a reason. So, MVP, definitely the Reavers, super distraction, Swordmasters with the rerolls of 1, always awesome, rend of -1, sweet. Dragon Blades, meant to make that say Dragon Noble, but you get it. He's pretty awesome. It kind of stinks though, because his horse was the one doing most of the work. Except for the White King. He was able to kill the White King with with the horse. Yeah, the White King was killed solely by the horse. He didn't land a single attack. It was only the horse that kicked the White King. But the White King was very, very crazy. I think while he was in, he wound up killing 3 Swordmasters just like immediately. It was like, okay. And then I got really lucky with 2 rounds of horse kicking. Ghoul King, powerhouse, really crazy. The 5-up, 6-up, last wound 6-up, letting the Crypt Horrors reroll their attacks if they're within that bubble of them. Oh man, he's so valuable. You know, and if he's not attacking, which he's kind of not built to attack. I mean, he definitely isn't bad at it, but it's just not his strong suit. Like, he actually is, like, a support character that can get into combat. So that's really cool. And also with the fact that he's coming back with the trinket, Vash is a very, very intense Ghoul King to fight. Because, I mean, you know, I got to do 10 wounds to him instead of just 5, so, whew. Anyway, and the Wraiths. The Karn Wraith definitely was super distracting,
super scary. It kept my Reavers back and from advancing and from getting into combat with his Ghoul King and doing a bunch of things. Took up a bunch of shots, and yeah, the great distraction. So overall, it was a victory for the Undead, but this was a really, really fun game. Just imagining all of the attacks, yeah, just especially like when the ones actually landed and who landed them. Very cinematic. This was a really fun game. So, once again, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, any suggestions on how we can make things better for you, just go ahead and leave a comment below. And I will, catch you in the next video. Thanks, y'all. Keep on wargaming.